Hey there, blade fans. Welcome back. This old sword's with you once again. We've got something new, relatively new, from Vosteed Knives. This was sent to me for review by Vosteed. I'm going to give you my honest opinion and overview of it. No twisting of my arm to say one thing or another. They simply furnished it. And I'm going to give you some info from their website as well as my own observations. And as you can see, this is a bar lock, what Benchmade was calling and innovated as their axis lock. So call it an axis lock if you want. The generic name is bar lock, and it is the Corsair. What is a Corsair? I need a little historical education. Well, simply put, it was another name for a pirate back in the day with those old sailing ships and the three masts or what have you, big sails, and they would, pillage other ships and shore areas and so on and so forth. And that's as much history as I'm going to get you into. But as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is their first bar lock knife. So this could be a first for them. I have received other knives from Vosteed for review. This is the first bar lock that I've run across. I have button locks and I have liner locks. And of course, they just came out with one. I think it's the Mayhem. That is a fantastic knife. I hope to get my hands on one eventually. Heavy-duty frame lock and M390 and so forth. This one is Nitro-V, an excellent blade steel, stainless, and good edge holding. We're going to do some cutting tests with this before we're done today, I believe. It is a 3¼ inch knife. So it's not particularly large, but I can get all four fingers on the blade. Speaking of all four fingers, it is very interesting what this knife came with in the package. This is kind of a backspacer with a lanyard provision built in, and they call it, first of all, I'm going to show you kind of where it lines up. I'm not going to put it in only to take it out because I sort of prefer it without it. But that hole would line up right about there. And let's take it out of the package. Silly leaving it in the plastic. It's just that taking it out of the plastic takes so darn long in front of the camera, as you can see. There we go, these little plastic bags. All they got to do is make one side longer than the other and we'll be all set. So there it is. They give you some extra pins and screws and also a plate to fill in the blank over here should you want to use it. So you've got some options. It's interesting. I haven't really seen this before. Unfortunately, this is kind of a different, well, it's different color because it's lighter on the sides. They're going to sort of disappear. But that's going to go in about like that. Okay. And what Vosteed is saying is it's there to extend the length of the handle, which it might very well do a little bit. But I think it's, for me, it's insignificant. For others of you who may want a backspacer instead of the barrel spacer, that's fine. While I'm thinking of it, I'm going to put some measurements from the specifications from the Vosteed website up on the screen. There's a model number. There's your overall length, just over 7½ inches. 3¼ inch blade. Blade width, 1 inch, 0.04. Blade thickness, 3 millimeters. Blade material, Nitro-V. It's a flat ground, modified drop point, stone wash. HRC 60 plus or minus 2. That's interesting. It's the first time I've seen it designated that way from the knife company. So the plus or minus 2 means 58 to 62. That's a pretty wide range. Seems a little strange. Handle thickness under a ½ inch, 0.49. Handle width, 0.94. It's a Micarta handle, and this one is blue, although it does come in some other colors. And when you see the link to Vosteed's website, you can see it there. If I find any other links, such as White Mountain or Amazon or such, I will let you know. They're also saying that it is an enhanced grip. We got a thumb ramp. We got a robust crossbar lock. And again, there's your model number. So this is as much reading as I'm going to do. I'm going to sort of leave it for you to freeze frame should you want to peruse that information. It's there for you and will be there for you. It's a thumb stud opener. Okay. Action is quite smooth. You can easily use the bar lock to open and close this knife. So that being said, it is quite fidgety. We've got the option with this, as with the Benchmade knives, to roll it out slowly, not to scare anyone, or give it a flick. I prefer the thumb flick. I actually prefer the thumb flick first in line to a back flipper, and certainly in most cases over a front flipper. Everyone wants to know, can you middle finger flick it? You can. Not my preference. Has got some thumb arthritis going in this right hand. Yes, been using that thumb for a long time. Hands and knuckles and everything else. So you can see that it is pretty much a deep carry clip. It's shiny. It's beautifully inset below the surface with flat screws. That's a wonderful thing. We have weight relieving on both sides, generous amount of skeletonization. And what did they say the weight was again? Gonna have to get back to that. So the weight, which came up on the screen but I didn't mention, is, why is there not a weight here? Don't tell me they missed the weight. They missed the weight. No, the weight's there. 2.91 ounces, folks. 2.91 ounces. So we've got a blade that exceeds the rule of ounce per inch. What do you say about that? 3¼ inch blade, under 3 ounces. So this one, you won't even know it's in your pocket, especially with that deep carry clip. Great for lefties. Very nicely done blue micarta in this case. It's a quality micarta, I would say. It is, with that under ½ inch, it's still radius, kind of contoured, we'll call it. A little bit of white showing through on micarta. I mean, this is just how micarta is in most cases. It will absorb oils from your hand, as you know, over time. Let's do a compare with the Bellamy, which is a liner lock. And it's coming in, so if you know the Bellamy or you have one, the Bellamy is like not even ½ inch longer. And we have the famous, or in some cases infamous, raccoon. A lot of people had been talking about they were having some problems with the lock on this. They do on this one, I think, still use what's called the Trex lock, or Trek lock. Can't remember how that's spelled. Their name for their button lock. And some people were saying, you know, they wrap it and it would close. I haven't noticed that problem with this particular copy. And you are going to get variances from copy to copy, but I got to push it in fairly far to get it to close. These two are identical in length. Both 3¼ inch blades. What we got going on the Bellamy here is just maybe slightly longer a handle, which makes the overall a little bigger. Take out the raccoon, and there is the Griptilian. Griptilian's a good, coming up on an inch longer. Interesting. With the blade, so the handle must be a bit longer on this, as you can see it is. The blade is slightly longer, quarter inch, a 3.5 inch knife versus a 3.25 inch knife. And of course, they're at 1. Ontario, I understand Ontario is going under. Can check that out, but I did hear that on the Knife Junkie. I don't know if it's fact or fiction, but they're having some financial troubles. They need to go out of business. About 3.5 inch long, inch and a half longer on this, and blade about 3/4 inch longer, ish. Well, since I promised, I'm going to insert this quick cutting segment. Vosteed Corsair. Very nice. Very nice. Nice sharp, high grind, and flat edge. Flat grind. Enjoy. Would be about right. So, super lightweight EDC knife. Beautiful swedge. Nice little thumb ramp. Double thumb studs. If you don't like large knives, this is not teeny small, like it's not 3 inch or sub 3 inch. 3.25 inch is with that one category of EDC knife that a lot of people seem to like. And there you have it, the Corsair by Vosteed. And you got a few things in the box here. I was going to wrap it up, but I'll just show you what's in the box. You get the pirate ship. Check it out. With their raccoon. So they're kind of combining things there. You got the raccoon and the pirate ship. It's kind of a cool logo with the setting sun there. Rising sun, setting sun. You do get the hardware that I showed you. You get the plate filler for the blank. Get some extra pins. That's basically to match up with the backspacer they give you here. And you get your Vosteed patch with the Velcro backing. And this one did not come in the metal tin. This came, to me at least, in this sort of foam thing. Now, I don't know if that's because this was a sample or whether that's the way they're starting to package them now. You'll find out if you order one. Don't forget to check the links. This old sort, signing out. See you soon.